Hello YouTube, this is Chris with the Crispy Tech Talk. Today we're going to be going over a lab here in Test Out. Test Out is basically a provider for education materials and curriculum for the CompTIA A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, and I believe a couple other things like the ethical hacker certifications. I'm not sure what else they do. Have a couple of other courses on the website, so go ahead and check that out. But this was part of my fall 2024 class. So we did use this a lot. This was basically the main course material that we went over here. It's only a couple $100, so it's not too bad. And you do get a lot of value from it. Today we're going to be going over how to add organizational units and maybe delete organizational units in Active Directory. And this is a pretty big Active Directory will probably be used in almost every career in cybersecurity or even in IT support. So it's a good basis, it's a good start to build a foundation on Active Directory because you will probably run into it quite a lot. So here we are going to be adding organizational units. And real quick, if you don't know what Active Directory is, it's basically a directory service that lets you organize network resources, add users. You can manage users, manage groups, and it's a good way to keep the structure and organize the structure of your networks that you will be using for companies. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's the scenario. You are the IT administrator for a small corporate network. You have just installed Active Directory on a new Hyper-V guest server named CorpDC. If you don't know what Hyper-V is, it's basically it's software that lets you create and manage virtual machines, and you can use this on a server to host multiple servers on that machine or multiple machines, and it helps you utilize basically all your hardware resources. So let's continue. Now you need to create an Active Directory organizational unit structure based on the company's departmental structure. In this lab, your task is to create the following organizational units on the CorpDC server and ensure that each is protected from accidental deletion as follows. Alright, so if you look here where my mouse is, we're going to be creating these ones, and then we're going to be creating a couple more OUs here inside one of the OUs we create. Alright, so let's get started. So here you can see the Corp server virtual machine. We're just going to click that. You'll see here virtual machines. There's multiple virtual machines running. I'm going to just expand this a little bit so I can see it better. Alright, and so now we're here. We want to be going into the CorpDC server. So we're going to click on the CorpDC under virtual machines because this is the server being hosted on this server, the virtual server. Alright, you'll see it'll pop up a box here. This is the virtual machine connection. We're into the virtual machine. So now we could go ahead and click on the tools. And we're just going to click on Active Directory users and computers. Alright. And now here you'll see the corpnet.local domain here. This is a domain inside the Active Directory. And this is where we're going to be making the organizational units. If you see here, you got a couple of selections, but this little file with the orange yellowish star, we're going to click that, and it'll even tell you too, if you look a little bit above, it'll give you a description of what it does, create a new organizational unit. So let's click that. Now we're just going to basically click this and then put the names here. So we got accounting, protect container from accidental deletion. So make sure you read the scenario. We do want to be making sure that this does not get accidentally deleted. It will probably be pretty bad, especially if there's a lot of users in there and people all of a sudden can't get access to files that they need access to, or lose permissions to, you know. I'm sure that would be a problem. Now we have our first accounting organizational unit we've created. It'll be listed here, and I do believe right now it's sorted in alphabetical order, so you see this at the very top. Alright, so we're just going to create the rest of them. The admins, marketing, enter, click back. Oh, I made a little mistake here. I accidentally created marketing inside the admins. Inside the admins organizational unit. Alright, I'm just going to pretend that did not happen. So marketing, make sure you do click on the corpnet.local on the side. Make sure you're creating it inside the corpnet local domain. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Alright. Support. Workstations. And we got one more. Sales. Everybody loves their sales department. Alright, so now we're inside the sales department. You can see it's highlighted in light blue here. So we're just going to go ahead and create these additional organizational units. Sales manager, click the sales again. Then we're going to do temp sales. Alright. I don't know if this is going to ding me, but hopefully not. That's pretty much how you create organizational units inside Active Directory. So with this being done, I'm going to go ahead and score the lab. And I should get 100%. I got 80%. Alright, well I messed up somewhere in there, but that's basically how you create organizational units inside Active Directory. So now we're going to learn how to delete them as well. Alright, so here's the lab to delete organizational units. This is a completely new lab, so we're starting at the beginning again. So we're clicking Corp Server, Corp DC, and the virtual machines to pull up the virtual machine connection UI. We're going to click Tools, Active Directory Users, go to CorpNet Local. Now we're going to want to make sure we go to View and then Advanced Features. I don't know if you were paying attention, but when we first created the organizational units, the little select box said to protect from accidental deletion. This is a way to get around that. So now we're going to click Workstations. We're going to go to Properties and go to Object, and down here we see Protect Object from Accidental Deletion. So we're going to go ahead and click that, hit apply. And now we should be able to delete, and boom, it's gone. Alright, so now we got the second one, research, in the research dev OU. So let's find it right here, hit the drop down. We're going to take out workstations. We're going to do the same thing. Oh, whoops. Yeah, see, so if you click it with the protection on, it won't delete. So it's always important to just make sure this is unselected, and then you should be able to delete it here. Alright, now our last one's going to be sales, workstation inside of sales. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Alright. Alright, and that should be everything for this. Now let's go ahead and score the lab. And we got 100. Perfect. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for Active Directory today. If you want to watch more Active Directory, go ahead and leave a comment, a like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see. I will try to make it happen, but I will be dropping more Active Directory lab tutorials for the test out curriculum, because that's currently what I have access to. So yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.